Good morning to you all. I'd structure my talk in two parts. One is based on my experience with the retail banking industry. For 24 years, I was retail banking. So I'm not a part of the retailer industry itself, but retail banking experience will impinge on some of the things that we're going to talk about today and carry forward. The other is on the National Skill Development Corporation, which I'm representing as the COO, and how skill development can help in the future in order to standardize the service delivery and to get the customer experience right, the one that we talk about here. Now, from a retail banking point of view, I think what's very important here is I've been exposed to, of course, mobile banking and credit cards. And what made success and what didn't make success was all dependent on, as some of the earlier speakers said, ease and convenience and the payment mechanism. I think we need to now look really by the amount of people that are using the mobile, and as Nitin said, there are more women shoppers now online. We have to now start thinking of how to get the nannies and the dadis of our generation onto this platform. They find it difficult to move out in the heat, dust, and go to a physical shop. Now, they may not be totally internet savvy, but they're mobile savvy. And the second thing that is, they may not be English literate, but they can talk very well in regional languages. So one challenge to Nitin and to Google, or to Google through Nitin, that is, can we have a voice-to-text kind of technology by which they speak into the mobile phone as they are speaking to a shopper? I mean, if they go to a sari shop and they say, "Mujhe Kanjivaram dikhaiye," so they should be able to show a Kanjivaram with the right color and the right silk and whatever is required in that. So they can make the decision on that. So they speak the local language, which gets converted to English, and somewhere in the background, Googling happens and the right product appears on their mobile phone. Second, added to that, when it comes to payment, I mean, the mobile banking itself can be a very big payment mechanism. Why can't they pay through the mobile itself? I mean, whether the mobile is a prepaid recharge thing or a postpaid mobile, but the money or the whatever is they're ordering gets charged to the mobile. So that kind of cuts down the cash component. Because again, credit cards, I will struggle for 24 years to try and make it as convenient as possible, but the security issues, etc. There are a number of issues which we keep grappling with, and we are not yet being able to address this particular segment, which is not, let's say, not the youth. But then the idea we have to keep in mind, or the mission we have to keep in mind, why shouldn't the nani and dadi be able to order the best sari for her bahu or beti, or get the best toys from Lifestyle for for her nana, for poti and pota and whatever. So that's the kind of mission statement we need to keep in mind, because they are big influencers in decision making, and they do have money, by the way. But why should they step out? And why, if to step out itself is such a big problem, even for us, parking problems, the heat and dust and the traffic and whatever else is required. And why should they be dependent on somebody with having knowledge of internet and having, you can navigate those internet spaces to make decisions for them or to help them in making decisions? So I think that can be a very big market yet lying unexplored. But then if I look at Apple's Siri, the lady who speaks on, who helps you get through your mobile, my son uses that to find out the weather forecast and to find out meanings of words, and that Siri does it. So why not that Siri in 29 different Indian languages? And why not can it go through certain websites and give you products? So draw some parallels. This is a technology challenge. The ease of payments through the mobile again. So we are really addressing where the growth is happening. And I think that can be a very big challenge for us. Now, going with that, we are trying to actually expand that concept into skill development also. So when it comes to skill development, and you want to kind of get exposed to a certain kind of skill or course online, then again, the mass of India is, they can speak, but they may not know how to read or write. I'm looking at that section of people, because NSTC's goal is to skill 150 million people in the next by 2022. So in that segment of society, I forget the economic status of that particular segment, but we have to also deal with their literacy and their speaking abilities. But they can understand very well because they have communicated, they have communication skills anyway. So we are looking at skilling courses to be delivered through the mobile or delivered through tablets in the remotest parts of India using satellite technology or using internet itself. Because the Indian population, as Nitin rightly said, is the second biggest mobile population in the world. So that is a very, very big reach statement that we all know of. We need to capitalize on that. And as far as skill development is concerned, we are looking at skilling people for job roles. When I say a job role, a retail service assistant is a job role. Now, what are the competencies required for that? So the competencies against which the training will be done. So we are not talking of people who get trained in general for everything. And as Vasant said, only 10% of the people are employable because we have got too much focus on theory and knowledge under so-called education. But education is right now lacking in terms of giving us core skills, skills which you deliver through your hands, soft skills which you deliver through your communication, body language, knowledge, customer orientation. We talk about this, but we don't build it into our curriculum. So NSDC, through its training partners, is delivering those skills related to job roles. And here, with the retail industry being here, I just wanted people to know that there's something called a Retail Service Sector Skill Council. These people are from the retail industry. They decide what job roles are most required in this industry and what are the competencies against each of those job roles. As I mentioned, retail service assistance is one job role. Now comes the question is, you want to standardize customer experience. So if you want to do that, then the cyber world and the physical world have to kind of meet somewhere. So the service experience that you get in the cyber world is also meeting the service experience that you get in the physical world. And so that it becomes a competency in itself. So what do you need to do there in that job role? So that is where we need to make this omni-channel experience or omni-channel concept go forward from just saying, oh, I'm training somebody to be behind the phone, he'll never see the customer, and I'm training somebody who's be always facing the customer. Now let's look at what are the competencies that can define both of them. So no matter how the customer interacts, the experience remains the same. So this is where I'm looking for, let's say, help and cooperation from you to find out what kind of skills you require and how you deliver those skills to a section of people who will be working with a specific role in mind. And that role might be fetching them only 8, 10, 15,000 rupees. We are not looking at the MBAs and the graduates and going beyond. I mean, they're very welcome to do roles which are there in the industry, but we are looking at people who are maybe sometimes dropping out of school, may not be getting into colleges, whether it's for funding or whether it's for access to such education fronts. We are looking at people, because in India, out of every 100 enrollments in the primary section, only 18 reach the college level. 82 people do drop out somewhere on the way. And they need an alternate career. And that career can be skill-based. So we are introducing skill courses in schools. I'm very happy to say that some of the schools in Haryana, and there have been people who got children who are not, I won't say children because they are less than 18 years of age, but near about 18 years of age, have got job offers from Cafe Coffee Day. Why? Because they have the skills, they are presentable, they have got the customer service orientation, and they have been skilled to be able to deliver a certain service. Now, can we expand that? Can we expand that using the technology skills that you would like to incorporate, so that we are trying to merge the two worlds of physical and cyber worlds? And what else is required in what kind of roles? And then National Skill Development Corporation can take that up and get those requisite skills in the requisite numbers so that they get absorbed. Because the employment is a must. I mean, this is something we are all always trying to stress upon. Skilling for the sake of skilling doesn't mean anything. Education for the sake of education doesn't mean anything unless it gets you a means of livelihood. And once one door opens, then your career starts, and then you can forever go on skilling yourself, reskilling yourself, and upskilling yourself. So that is the thought I would like to leave in people's mind. Whatever way forward we decide, let's come out with some very specific outcome-based trainings, and curriculum will be based on those trainings and can be delivered across India, and that's where the National Skill Development Corporation role will come in. Thank you.